Alrighty, so I was going to do a rebuild today, but I thought with the game releasing tonight, there's going to be some of you guys who are looking for players to trade for in your franchise. And these players aren't going to be the top of the top. I'm not going to say, hey, trade for Acuna, trade for Juan Soto. No. These are my glitchy players that I've noticed through my franchise sims so far in 21 that are must pickups and they're super easy to trade for. So I figured it'd be a little bit of a tips video to help you guys out. So these are my top 10 players to trade for in franchise. So of course, if you enjoy these types of videos, you want to see some more of them, you want some more tips, some more tricks, some more helps along the way. No. Help along the way. Let me know in the comment section down below. And the easiest way for me to know that is by hitting that like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you haven't followed my Twitter, link will be in the description below. I don't know why I pointed up here when it's going to be down here, as well as my second channel and Twitch. We've been streaming every single night, so go check it out. If you want to just hang out while we talk baseball, we grind some Diamond Dynasty, all that stuff, it'll be down there in the description. So no, we're not going to be doing a rebuild with the Pirates, but what I'm going to do is I'm taking the worst team in baseball, the Pirates, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to trade for all these players. And also, I will show you their stat line around like 3-4 years in the future, just so you get a bit of a better idea of what they're capable of in the future. So let's hop into it. And I wanted to show you the screen just so you know I'm not doing forced trades and anything like that. Ignore budgets will be off so that, you know, the whole budget scenario is kind of realistic as well. And then we'll hop into it and things like that. So let's just hop into the regular season. I'm not really worried about players getting sent down or sent up just yet. And yeah, let's just hop into it. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an honorable mention. I actually have two honorable mentions, and they're going to be relievers. Relievers are pretty easy to trade for, but the two that I have found that have been really good so far, I'll put myself in this corner so that when I show you the stats, it'll pop up. It is Joe Jimenez. He's 69 overall. Nice. But he usually does really well. I've noticed that he's actually pretty consistent. Last year, he was atrocious. But so far this year, he's actually really good. So Joe Jimenez, and he's going to be super easy to trade for. I'm going to give him someone that I don't want. We can do Gregory Polanco and, you know, a low-rated player in, what, Sean Murray? Maybe a Joe Jocks, a 54 rated. Nope, that's not going to get it done either. All right, We'll get it here. We'll get it here. One of these players is going to be enough to get the job done. Anybody at all. I'm trying to keep it. We'll do two players. We'll do two 59 rated players plus Gregory Polanco has deep potential for Joe Jimenez. Both these 59 rated players probably aren't going to turn out to be anything, as well as Gregory Polanco. So there's the first trade. Boom. Easy. So let me show you what he looks like in a couple seasons. So for this save, we are in the year 2025, and as you can see, Joe Jimenez is still with the Detroit Tigers, up to an 86 overall. So that's what, 5 seasons? Yeah, 5 seasons. So 5 seasons, you can see his stat lines through the 5 years, and they look really respectable. Normally what I'm used to seeing is like 6 ERAs, 5 ERAs, but he develops really well, I should say. His per nines are great. I think this is a solid pickup. So this was actually not a reliever, just completely oversight, but starter, Sean Manaea. Boom. Really solid pitcher. He's 80 overall, normally does really well. One of the better lefty starters in the game. I'm trading Steven Almays. Okay. Austin Davis, and then Gregory Polanco. Once again, makes the deal happen. Easy. So let me show you what Sean Manaea does in a few seasons. So he has jumped up to the age of 33, but you could still see that within those 5 seasons, he's giving really good outcome, really good return. Like, yeah, this is his worst season, but if you're looking for someone to give you four strong seasons, Sean Manaea is the guy. Yes, his attributes have started to dip a little bit. He was a little bit older, but you know what? That's still a pretty good return for what, 5 years of really good baseball. So I think it's a pretty good pickup, especially if you're trading away Gregory Polanco. All right, German Marquez is going to be number 10. Super easy to trade for. You can see Eric Gonzalez, Phillip Evans, and Wilmer Defoe. Pretty simple, right? Such an easy pitcher to pick up for. Really friendly team contract, and at 80 overall, I mean, that's a steal. So in the year 2025, just hit the age of 30, and you can see there's been one blip in his seasons, but every other year he's having a 3, 4, mid 3s, maybe a little bit of a higher 3 ERA, but the whip is always at a 1.2, 1.1, and he puts up really good production. His attributes aren't the best, but especially if you're simming a lot, Marquez is one of the most consistent pitchers you can pick up, and for super cheap, I really like picking up Marquez in franchise. All right, Dave Curry, Wilmer Defoe, and then the man, where is he? Cole Tucker. All pretty low rated players. Gets us John Means. And John Means is one of those guys that, again, stats aren't great, but he does really, really well. It's the hits per 9 and the walks per 9 being so high. I made a scouting tips video on it, on why those numbers are so good. So if you are looking for some other tips, I have a tips playlist. Go check it out. But John Means is a must pick up. And again, a really easy player to get. So in the year 2025, he's up to an 85 overall. So big product, like he goes up, what, 10 overalls? 10 overall points. Man, I'm struggling today, but you can see ERA is always in the like threes, the low or the high twos, which is unbelievable, but low threes. He's a really, really good pitcher. He may not wow you with the stuff like the strikeouts. He probably won't win a Cy Young or anything, but man, is he one of the better pitchers to pick up. Sorry. So this one's a little bit of an interesting one. Yes, it is a little bit of a harder trade, but Nick Solak, he, again, is not going to be a player that's going to wow you or anything like that, but he's a good utility player. He can play a lot of different positions. He's 26 years old. He's got a potential, and his attributes more of a contact guy, more of just a guy who's going to get the job done, right? He's not going to go out there and win you an MVP, but that's why I'm kind of listing him as one of the first position players that I said to trade for, because he's just a really good player, just consistent, almost like a Ben Zobrist without the switch hitting type. He's going to put up good numbers. And what we're going to trade here is Dave Curry. We've got Chris Sharp, so a young player with good potential. But my thing with players like this are usually if they have way too high of fielding stats and really low hitting stats, they're not going to really be good until they're about 30, 32 anyways. And then, of course, Todd Frazier makes this deal happen. So this is a trade for Nick Solak. Let me show you what he looks like. So in 5 years, he's going to be 91 overall. You can see his numbers, great contact stats, the vision, the discipline, the clutch, all that stuff looks fantastic, unbelievable. MLB stats, you can see he's got high average. His on-base percentage is amazing. He's going to hit you between the teens and maybe a little bit of the 20s for home runs. He's just really good for those numbers. Yeah, the OPS at times wasn't the best, but you know what? Once you let him develop a little bit, you can tell he really puts up good numbers, and he's just a good pickup. So yeah, he is a little bit tougher to trade for. You will have to get rid of one of those players that does have potential, but you're getting a really solid second baseman, first baseman, third baseman, outfielder. I mean, the guy's got decent fielding stats too and speed. So like I said, this guy can do it all. Hunter Owen, and then the outfielders of Jared Oliva and Dustin Fowler are going to get you a player like Willie Calhoun. So yes, he is a little bit older, 26 years old, B potential, can play second base as well, which I would recommend because of his pretty bad fielding. But his hitting stats are so good. You could throw him at second base, change his position to second base. He'll automatically go into the 70s for overall. And if you throw him into the lineup immediately, this is a pickup for a low-rated team. You're trying to rebuild a squad. You need someone to come in and play second base for you right away. I mean, you could probably even throw him into a normal team, you know, maybe like a team that's trying to contend right away. Maybe a team that's like pretty established. If you need a second baseman, Willie Calhoun is your guy. He's a really easy, cheap pickup. Definitely try him out. Let me show you his stats. So at the year 2025, he's up to an 82 overall, and this is in left field. Imagine if he was a second baseman, he'd probably be in the 90s, but his hitting attributes, through the roof. He's got a 20/20 vision quirk, and then when you look at his stats here, yeah, the average is a little low. That does come down to his discipline being kind of lower, but the OPS, like you can see, 924, 909, 708. It's looking like a little hit or miss scenario, but let me tell you, he's going to give you home runs. He's going to give you RBIs. And if you just give him consistent playing time, the guy is a beast. So this one, yes, it looks like he's a little bit of a boomer bust, but let me tell you, he is so good. You got to try him out, especially if you play games a lot. He's got a nice swing. Just give him a shot. You got to trust me on this one. Will Craig, Stephen Elmays, and Todd Frazier, all players we've used before, all players that shouldn't have value. Essentially, I'm trying to show you that players with little to no value can get a player like Andrew Benintendi. And you look at his attributes, hitting attributes aren't there yet, but the vision and the discipline will continue to go up. He's already a really good fielder, so you know you don't have to worry about those numbers. And at the age of 26 with a potential, if you throw him into the lineup immediately, you're set. Andrew Benintendi is a must pickup. Let me show you. He's up to a 92 overall at the age of 30. You can see his hitting stats have gone up a little bit, also gone down a little bit. But I said the discipline, the vision, the clutch, they're all up there. And then when you look at his numbers, he is an on-base machine. He'll hit you around 20 home runs. He's going to get the job done. Like I said, on base, the average, the slugging, the OPS, all those numbers are great. This is a must pick up. And like I showed you, he is not hard to trade for at all. So especially in season 1, go and get yourself a Benintendi in left field. John Ryan Murphy, a backup catcher, and Shea Murray. Let me show you. Are going to get you Paul DeJong? Huh? This was a player I used to pick up a lot in my franchise because he was so good. In MLB The Show 20, he was a little bit of a just not a must pick up. But this year, I've seen him in a few rebuilds so far, and he's doing really well. He already has the fielding numbers, and the hitting numbers go up. And he can play first, second, third, short. 27 years old, A potential. Throw him in your lineup right away. This is what you get. Up to an 89 overall at the age of 31. So yes, he will be a little bit older. At this time, he'll probably start to decrease in attributes a little bit. But if you can get 5 years out of him, I mean, you're going to get good numbers. Home runs, RBIs, doubles, hits, the average. You know, besides 2024, you know, you're getting a high average. A pretty good on base percentage, even a 401 at one point, and the OPS has always been above 800 except for in the year 2021. Outside of that, I mean, yeah, there's a couple outliers where you're looking, okay, those are bad, but for 99% of the stats you're looking at, these are good numbers. This is what you want from shortstops, especially for a shortstop that's so easy to acquire. Remember, these guys aren't going to blow you away. They're not going to give you the best, you know, MVP Trout numbers, but they're going to give you consistent output, and especially for super cheap, you got to pick him up. Brandon Nimmo of the Mets, a guy that you've seen me pick up in rebuilds before. If you're new here, you haven't seen him, but let me tell you, this guy is a big pickup. Yes, he's 28 years old, so you probably won't get as much use out of him. That sounds terrible, but you know what I'm trying to say. But B potential 71 overall. Don't let the overall scare you away. Trust me, this guy is an on-base machine and is a definite pickup. You guys can see I'm trading Wilmer Defoe, Michael Perez, and Chris Sharp. Chris Sharp being the guy of trade value, but if you're getting a starting center fielder from day one, it's totally worth it. So in 5 years, he's up to 32 years old, and I lied. He's still going up in overall, still going up in attributes, and he's up to an 84. So you can see here, 38 home runs, 30 home runs in the previous year. And then it looks like he wasn't getting like guaranteed game time, but the guy gets on base. You got a 396, 379, 385, 402. The OPS is beautiful. Trust me, the attributes are a liar at the beginning. You got to get him. Throw him into your lineup. This guy is unbelievable. Dwayne Ross, 55 overall. Jared Oliva, 63 overall with C potential at the age of 25. And our third string catcher, Michael Perez, who's got C potential at the age of 28 and is not even a 70 overall, is going to get you Jesse Winker. And these last three players I'm going to show you are, oh man, they are so good. Jesse Winker being one of them. Yes, the hitting stats for his lefties aren't good, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He still kills it. Kills it. Absolutely kills it. Trust me. Pick up Jesse Winker. Put him in left field. Put him in the DH. I don't care. You got to get him. He goes up to an 85, and you can see his attributes here. He kills it versus righties still. Yeah, the lefty numbers are bad, but the vision, the discipline, the clutch, beautiful. He's got a couple quirks as well, I would say. And then on top of that, look at these numbers. Look at these numbers. The average through the roof, the on-base percentage, the home run totals. Ooh, look at those numbers. Look at that. That is what you want. High OPS, high slugging, high on-base percentage, high average. This guy gets it done. I'm telling you. Don't let the low overall, the low contact numbers scare you away. This guy is the truth. Pick him up. These last two, these ones are tough to choose between, but I think I'm going to start with this one here. We all know about the Franmil. The Franmil is just broken. You got to get him. The guy hits home runs for a living and makes it look so easy. This one, I'm just going to go with Chris Sharp. We've talked about him a little bit. High potential, a little bit of a higher potential player, but he's going to get the job done. We'll even throw in Wilmer Defoe and Brian Goodwin. You're looking at it going, why would I give up 2 starters for Franmil? Trust me, it's worth it. You probably don't even need to throw him in. You could probably throw in a lower rated player, but I just want to show you how easy it is to trade for Franmil Reyes. Man, does this guy hit nothing but home runs. He's terrible in the field. Terrible in the field. So maybe move him to first. I know there's some rumors in real life that he might move to first. Or just use him as a pure DH. Whatever it is. This guy is a hitting machine. He's essentially the new Nelson Cruz for franchise. Pick him up. up to an 84, and fielding is very important for the overalls, so don't let that deter you. Look, the hitting stats are almost maxed. The power, whoo! And then look at this. Yes, the strikeouts are going to be high, but his home run totals, his RBI totals, his on-base percentage is still pretty decent, and then the OPS usually fairly high. The thing with him is he will strike out quite a bit. He will, you know, it's just one of those guys. He's going to hit you home runs. That's what you're looking for Franmil. He's just the best in terms of getting home runs, getting RBIs, and trust me, you want him in your lineup as a DH. This is the DH, but let me show you the last one. Steven Almays, Will Craig, and Trevor Cahill are getting you Ian Happ of the Cubs. Trust me, this guy is unbelievable. 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 I'll say it again. 26 years old, a potential switch hitter, very versatile. This guy, unstoppable. Trust me, just let him stay in your lineup until he retires. He is that good. He can be 40 years old with a 53 overall. The guy is still going to kill it. He is just unbelievable. Let me show you. So at the age of 30, he's up to 87 overall. His fielding stats have gone up. Everything's gone up, right? You're looking at it, you're going, dang, those are some nice numbers. You could even throw him at second base, which would probably make him like a 99. But look here. Home runs, doubles, you got some triples sprinkled in, you got crazy amount of RBIs, you got some stolen bases, and then the on-base percentage, the average, the slugging, the OPS. Yeah, he's got one bad number. That's okay. Look past it, because look at this, a 10-12 OPS, 612 slugging, and a 316 average with a 402 on-base percentage. I'm telling you, this guy is a fine wine in franchise. The older he gets, the better he gets. You got to trust me. Pick up Ian Happ. Yes, the potential also went down. I believe it went from A to B. Doesn't matter. He still improves. He still gets really, really good. You just got to do it. You got to pick him up. And there it is. Those are my 10-ish players to pick up in franchise that are super easy to pick up. What I call them are glitchy players. So if you ever hear me talking about a glitchy player in franchise, that usually means they're very easy to pick up. They're not the highest of rating when you pick them up, and they always do really well. So those are kind of my 10 glitchy players to pick up, the 10 must pickups for franchise. And of course, they're going to be your Trouts, your Sotos, your Tatis that all do really well from the start, but they're really hard to get. These guys are your budget options to pick up, and they will do well. I would say 9 times out of 10. I'm not going to give them my 100% success rate, but let me tell you, they're usually pretty good, and they're just, come on, just go and try them out. Let me know what you think. So of course, if you guys have any glitchy pickups, let me know in the comment section below who you guys are who are your go-tos. And that's really about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And of course, get in the comment section. Let me know your glitchy pickups. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.